Hello, everybody. This is Jonathan Grissom with Morebands Media and the local Earshot podcast. I am live here at the Grand Royale, and I'm here interviewing with...
We're with Shift, and my name is Alex Rosefeld.
All right. And how long have you guys been doing music, and are you guys from here, from Oklahoma?
Well, we're actually from two places. We're from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and Springfield, Missouri. So we're kind of in a long-distance relationship of a band.
Yes.
But we've played in both locations for about 3 years, almost.
Yeah, we started in like September of 2020, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys doing any type of tours, or are you guys just doing
No,
local shows?
I wish, man. Right now we're trying to wrap up this second album.
Okay.
And then
What's that called?
The album is going to be called Jagged and Bold.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an album that our first album explored the past, the present, and the future concerning the mortality of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this album
is much more personal and
very
visceral.
Yes.
Emotionally. And it's also much more layered and nuanced instrumentally as well.
So as everybody could tell in the background, they are starting to play. So, what are you guys' plans for the future? Are you guys going to keep on playing shows here and then just trying to grow?
No, we're actually all about to move to 3 different cities, and we've actually found a way we can just pull off a third album.
Okay.
And which I'm very interested to see what happens. This third album, it's going to take a much more like beat-oriented electronic music path.
Okay.
And we found a way to we can take 3 DI boxes in 3 separate locations, and then we're going to make a lot of music on like an FL Studio.
Okay.
And then re-record certain parts live.
See, a lot of people would probably want to know that stuff because I've been asked a lot, like what programs are best to use whenever you're remotely working together because they don't sync up very well. You know, like what is it, BandLabs? Like it doesn't sync up very well with the other artists. So.
Yeah, I'm new to the whole FL Studio thing, honestly.
Well, and we actually, we to record all of our albums, we've used Cubase. And Cubase Pro actually has a feature now. It's very recent that allows you to do a lot of live collaboration in real time.
That's awesome.
And the fidelity is not as high as it could be, but it does feel like real time. Like it's really tight.
Cubase in 3 remote locations, and then pre-made electronic music on FL Studio, and we're just gonna have a whole new avenue of like texture and experimentation and like really realms we've never explored before. And I'm really thankful that we found a way to move on, because like I was really like getting emotionally attached to this era of Shift.
Okay. And then who are the members here? Like, what do you play, and like who are you?
My name is Benji Scaloot. I play bass guitar and vocals.
Okay.
And then right here we have Matt Robertson, who plays drums.
Yeah, I'm Alex Rosefeld. I do keyboards and vocals, and we work with my dad on production. Ken Rosefeld, he's amazing. And that's kind of the band. But
okay. Is there any shout-outs you guys want to do, social medias, anything like that?
Yeah, we're on social media. We're at shift.band on Instagram. That's our main page. You can also find us on SoundCloud, or not SoundCloud, I'm sorry, on Bandcamp.
Bandcamp, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shift Timelines. That's Timelines is our first album. So just look up Shift Timelines, and that's where you can find us.
Awesome. All right, well, it was great talking to you guys. I'm going to move on to the next band whenever they get done. So,
Thank you so much.
is caked with dust. My people, not sure who to trust. The city is closed for the night, so I open my fridge and sigh. Is 3 weeks late, that's okay, 'cause I've forgotten the date. My bread love failed to rise, so I go for a walk and sigh. Summer haze, I'm consumed by fear's gaze. I yearn to curl up and die, but all I can do is sigh. Oh, I wonder when this will ever end. Torn down, no ego to defend. In boredom, I've gotten way too high, so I turn out the lights and sigh. I turn out the lights and sigh. I turn out the lights and sigh. Oh, I turn out the lights and sigh.
All right, so round two, we are up with Flow. Who am I speaking with?
Yes, this is Orginal Flow, one of the dopest hip-hop artists here in the city.
And how long have you been doing music?
Oh, man. Since I was in the womb. I've been doing music professionally since 2009.
Okay, and how did the group come together? Because I noticed you guys have a lot of different styles of instruments and all that stuff going on in there.
It's a funny story. We actually started this year as a collective.
Okay.
And we've really just been growing and kind of discovering our sound as a unit together.
Okay, yeah, we had an artist on our show, Sativa Prophets. And, and they cool dudes, but they kind of have a collective of artists that work together. So what kind of projects are you working on right now?
So right now, we're doing a few singles, and then later in the year, we're going to be releasing an album.
Okay. And where can people find your music? Just any of the platforms?
Yeah, all social media and all streaming platforms, Orginal Flow, can find me.
Okay, all right. And what are your future plans going on from here?
Oh, man, we have so many. One of the first immediate plans is we're working on, like I said, an album is coming out this year, but it's going to be something that hasn't been done here in the city before, and there's a lot of secrecy behind it for a good reason, but it's going to be something that hasn't happened here in the city, at least that I know for hip-hop artists, and it's going to be absolutely amazing.
Awesome. Yeah. All right, well, it's good talking to you. I'm going to switch off here, and then we'll talk to the next artist that comes up. So,
man, it's good talking to you,
just a nice,
too.
quick interview. Normally what we do is we do hour-long interviews.
Okay.
That goes way more in-depth than what we just did just now. So.
Yeah.
But it's nice meeting you.
It's nice meeting you, too.
And I got another member of Orginal Flow here. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Daniel Acuna.
All right. And what instrument do you play?
I play lead and rhythm guitar.
Okay. And I noticed the wide range of instruments inside the band. So like, how did that all come together?
It's a weird story. Like way back in the day, I got a job at the oil field, and I met Original Flow's dad. And his dad told me like his son is looking for a guitarist because his guitarist left the band, whatever. So I stepped in. I love playing music. And during that time, I never played in a band. I was just jamming around with like random session dudes. Okay. But at that time, I joined Original Flow's band and met him up at some place in like the Deep Deuce area. That place, I forgot the name of it, but it's a really cool place. It got shut down.
Okay.
But like Original Flow made music there. I introduced myself to them, and then like so you know it, I did like a little set-in, played, and then they loved the way I sound, and it's been like probably like 11 years, probably 12 years since I played with Flo.
Okay.
So like I've been with Flo for like ever. Like everywhere he goes, I go.
Have they been changing members at all? Like
no, like for the longest time we were called Original Flow and the Fervent Route. That's my drummer who lives in Vegas now. So like I was with them. We made hella shows like all over the fucking place here, and I don't know if I can cuss, but I just cussed. But yeah, we played everywhere. And then like we all split apart. Drummer moved to Vegas. I sticked around, Flo, made a new band, new members, some original members, and then we've been making music still.
That's awesome.
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah, and then he was saying that you guys were working on some albums, and then like you got future stuff going on.
Hold on, I can't hear you.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, we are in a venue. Well, we are outside the venue, but yes. Like,
hell yeah, brother.
You can hear it. It's a punk rock band on right now. What's the name of the band that's on right now?
Right now?
It's I don't know. I need to look at the flyer because like there's a bunch of bands tonight.
There's one name of there's one band that was not on the flyer.
Yeah.
And like because there's 4, I thought it was 3, but there's an extra one I have.
Okay.
I wasn't told about that.
Yeah, that's happened before out here where they add a band. It's like I came to the show last week and the first band played. I was like, wait, they're not on the flyer, and then I realized it was just some other band.
Nice.
So, but I really like the Grand Royale. I mean, I think that it's a great staple for the punk rock and metal scene in Oklahoma City.
Yeah,
because I mean, a lot of the other genders of music, they have their own venues. Like we don't have many like for some types of music out here, and a lot of them are being.
There was a few.
Out, so.
There was a few I used to go to back in before COVID happened. Over there by Powerhouse, they used to have like shows there. I used to go there with my homies. Used to be like all kinds of punk bands, so they reused other musicians. Yep. I went to support a lot, and then like COVID happened, and I don't know what happened. I personally fell out. I don't know. I'm not in the know anymore.
Oh yeah, No, that's that's actually why I originally started this like with another guy, because we didn't have shows and we'd love to go to shows, so we were like, well, how can we keep doing that? Like, how can we keep interacting with artists? And so we were just like, well, why don't we just interview them?
Well, like when I used to go to the ones down like by the Powerhouse, I forget the name of that little venue, but like there's a big old dude that was always outside the door. I think his name was Roz. He also did like the Everyday's Not Okay festival, punk festival.
Yep.
And like from what I remember, like people from like coast to coast, big punk, not really big punk band, but just punk bands in general, came down here to perform.
Awesome. Yeah, and I've noticed too. I don't know if it is like this in Dallas. I know Houston and stuff like that. A lot of people here, they always talk about the scene here, and I've been caught up with, I guess, by people and getting yelled at for saying that there's a lack of a scene here, and they don't understand what I'm saying, because like whenever you lived in Denver, or if you lived in like Houston, or if you lived in these other states, like you'll have 400 people show up to a local show sometimes, whereas out here it's like you can't barely get 15 people in the door sometimes, you know. And so like that's kind of why I was trying to explain it to him. Like I was like, no, like you're getting work, so because you're getting work, you think that there's a scene. Yeah. But really, there's not. I mean, it could be a lot better here than what it is. And even Destiny that runs Diatribe, she's explained that to me
Dude, she's everywhere.
And she's everywhere.
Yeah.
She's traveling right now.
Oh, yeah.
You know? She's booking shows here. Walsh is traveling. Like, amazing person.
People like I used to run to other bands. They'll name drop her all the time. Like, Destiny got me this gig. Destiny got me this gig. It's like I need to meet Destiny.
Yeah. Oh, you've never met her?
I met her now.
Okay.
But like back then, I was like, I don't know, man. I come to support my friends who are punk performers,
Yeah, I just knew her from the bars back in the day because a lot of my friends from Oklahoma City, I grew up here. So.
Yeah, so like whenever I did know her, get to know her, I've seen her before. I've seen her everywhere. I just didn't know who she was. So, it was in passing. But I don't know. It's like the whole time they were there, I could have talked to them, about some possible shows integrating hip hop a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, one of the artists that we had on was the Sativa Prophets.
Oh yeah, Huck.
And we did a Huck is cool.
Huck is fucking badass.
And Cage, holy shit.
Yeah, Cage
man.
also, dude.
Yeah,
Cage. I first time I met him was at Guitar Center, and that guy was like.
Going off at the Guitar Center.
Yeah, he's like he probably hates me for saying that, but like, yeah, he used to work there. That's when the first time I saw him.
Okay.
And next thing you know, he's like hopped on board with the Sativa Prophets and finessed the fuck out of it. Then he went like side gig thing he's doing. And then he got buff.
Yep.
And now he's like fucking benching like 330, squatting 450 while playing the Flying V guitar and singing and whatever. Like, damn, dude.
Yeah, he what do you call it? We had an invite on an email out of nowhere, and it was like, can you come down to the Oklahoma Cultural Lounge?
Yeah.
And so we were like, yeah, we can do that. And we didn't know what it was going to be like, So we tried to do a setup there. It's a horrible failure, a lot worse than what I'm doing right now because I'm just doing audio. I was trying to do video and everything, screwed up everything.
Oh, yeah.
Everything. But what made that event awesome was we have video of it on our YouTube page that, like, that Oklahoma Cultural Lounge has an outdoor area if you've been there, and it has like a bar and it has a dispensary. So like you can smoke out there and stuff. That's like little bungalows, and they had vendors, and so like we went out there and they just they were like, hey, like, what's up guys, whatever, you want to try this stuff, and just giving us free products. And so like I walked away with enough product, and I do have a medical card, so
yeah.
But I walked away with enough product to like last me like 2 months, from that one event, and then whenever they got out there, we didn't know what to expect.
Speak about the prophets, one right there, Roderick Maloney.
Oh, yeah.
He just gave me like the fucking like what's up. He's walking away right now.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so like we walked in and I mean it was insane. Like we started watching him play, and Cage got up there, and I mean the guy Biggs I did the show with, he's a guitarist, a blues guitarist, and he started hearing Cage play, and he was like, holy shit, man, I want this guy in the show. He's that good. Like, so
he's fucking good as fuck, man.
But I think Oklahoma has a pretty good hip hop scene.
Oh yeah,
here,
we do.
Honestly,
I'm gonna just go ahead and say this. Like, out of the Sativa Prophets, my favorite is Mars Daly. He's always been my favorite. When I first saw him, Hubbly Bubbly, when he first got on, whatever, over there, and like then he got put on to Sativa Prophets. I was like, dude, that guy is so fucking cool. He's so cool. Everything he does is fucking great. He's immaculate, and he hates the fact I talked to him about it. But he's just a really creative guy, and I love that. He's a really creative persona that I don't know how to explain it, but I gravitate towards that. I'm like, yo, he's the dude.
Yeah,
he's my favorite.
Well, do you want to do any shout outs, social medias, anything like that? Do you work in any
man.
individual projects?
Heck yeah, like if you guys want, just follow me on Instagram, DanielSun21. I post most of my art, my paintings, my shows on there. Daniel Sun Creations is my side project. It's where I make a lot of my digital content, where I make stickers, merch, design shirts.
Awesome.
Like, I make all kinds of weird stuff. My paintings aside, whatever, it's like Daniel Sun 21.
What kind of paintings you do?
It's pretty weird. Well, not really weird. It's like I'm really passionate about my paintings. My paintings are very personal to me. A lot of my paintings are I painted for myself, and they're mostly like people of the local scene, like people I admire, or people I feel like they're cool people, or like people that I was impressed by because of their character or like what they mean for other people. I paint them. I always ask for consent too, because like lately, I don't know, that could be a thing. If,
I knew one artist in Tulsa. He's like a sketch artist, and he does that. He sits there in public and just colors people and stuff.
Some people get offended by it
and stuff, and they sometimes get offended. I do abstract and core art, so like.
Nice.
But what's cool about that stuff is you can scan it and then you put it on products. So like you create all sorts of crazy psychedelic shit.
Dude,
so.
that's something I'm trying to tap into is abstract work, because like I feel like that's something that's. I mean, whenever I try to do abstract work, it always comes out forced.
Yeah.
And that's something that's really like, I don't know, primal. Like it just comes out. Like,
well, that's like somebody saying, what is it? I have a few pieces that I call the Jackson Pollock style, and I call it style. I don't say that I'm doing Jackson Pollock. So I ain't gonna fucking say that, you know.
Yeah.
I ain't Jackson Pollock. I ain't gonna say I'm Jackson Pollock.
Yeah.
You know, like ever. But people will sit there and be like, well, he wasn't an artist because like he wasn't, you know, like just throwing paint on a canvas. It's like, no, if you watch the documentaries, he's dancing around the canvas.
Yeah.
He's doing these moves
Yeah.
that are unique. And you cannot recreate his moves. You can't. Just like you can't create my moves, you can't recreate your moves, you can't do it.
Yeah.
And so like, and that's the same with music and all this stuff. Like you can't recreate. You can't, you know, you can't be that famous artist. You can't be like Pink Floyd. But you can play Pink Floyd's music, you get close, but you're never going to be them.
Oh no.
You know, but that's not the point. You're not
that's
trying
not the point.
to be them. You're trying to, you know, if you play a tribute, then you're trying to give kind of
you're trying to experience what they're expressing.
Yep, and you're trying to show others to experience that same feeling that you get when you listen to that music, you know?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's kind of why I enjoy doing this kind of stuff. But I'll make sure that all your stuff you said, you know, like make some show notes, and people can go out and search, you know, Daniel's son. You said
Daniel's DANYO SON 21. So it's Daniel Son 21 and Daniel Son Creations.
All right, and that's Original Flow, right?
And Original Flow in the Waves.
All right,
it's your boy.
Awesome. All right, it's great talking to you.
Yeah, great time talking to you. Thank you.
Be talking they jaws, we flapping, we do what we want. Taking this city, gets back to get lit, we do what we want. Haters be talking they jaws, we flapping, we do what we want. We do what we want. We do what we want. Haters be talking they jaws, we flapping, we do what we want. We taking this city, gets back to get lit, we do what we want. Haters be talking they jaws, we flapping, we do what we want. We do what we want. We do what we want. I'm out of my business, I'm grinding to witness, I'm finding my limits, refining my vision, denying the system, arisen my vision is growing in wisdom, I go and I get it, despite the decisions that keep us in prisons, no, it's thinking they slick, label me savage, ignoring my wits, all of these pieces, yet none of them fit, all of my answers came in the ships, you lying through lips, denying, rewriting the script, defying these gifts, I riot and flip, humble the jungle, the lion who spits, hot like a candle that's lit, damaging earth into ships, panic and running for cliffs, I aim for the top like a gun with a clip, spraying relentlessly, damaging enemies, stand in vicinity blast, you cannot last, I am the present, I am the past, I am the reason you fast, I am the reason you gasp, you do the math, me plus you, not equal in half, Incredible Hulk, yes it was smash, get to the hook, they missing the trick, haters be talking they jaws, we flapping, we do what we want, taking this city, gets back to get lit, we do what we want, haters be talking they jaws, we flapping, we do what we want, we do what we want, we do what we want, haters be talking they jaws, we flapping, we do what we want, we taking this city, gets back to get lit, we do what we want, haters be talking they jaws, we flapping, we do what we want, we do what we want, we do what we want. We want the whole, not just a portion. You should just forfeit, fretched in orbit. Yeah, we important. Yeah, we important. Forming the plan that we take it. You looking visibly shaking. Seeking a limit, we break it. We do what we want while you waking. You like the opponents and we all up on it. No matter your bonus, we taking the crown like we own it. And that they can own us, diminishing simpleton, simply and sinister, serving the curve. We got the drive, making you swerve. We got the nerve, you get on my nerve, you get on my nerve. We do what we want. We do what we want, 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 Haters be talking they jaws, we flapping, we do what we want, taking this city, gets back to get lit, we do what we want, haters be talking they jaws, we flapping, we do what we want, we do what we want, we do what we want, Haters be talking their jaws, we flapping, we do what we want. Yeah. We taking the city, it's back to get lit, we do what we want. Yeah. Haters be talking their jaws, we flapping, we do what we want. Yeah. We do what we want. Yeah. We do what we want.
So, last but not least, our final guest on today's show, or I guess tonight's show, I guess you call it, is Kindom of Ashes. And Ron Ramsey's been on the show, what, twice before?
I think so.
Twice?
2 times now,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, so, so I mean, like, what have you all been up to since last time that we spoke? Because I mean, like you're always doing a lot of crazy, awesome things, you know, from what I hear.
Well, I think last time we spoke, we were in the middle of recording the 3rd album, and that's pretty much where we're at still. We've had lots of things going on, and it's all coming together now, so we were able to get together and play a show, and now we're just full-fledged getting ready to put this album out, man.
And you're the drummer.
Yes.
Yeah, when I walked in, I walked by and saw you, and I was like, yeah,
yes.
It's fucking awesome. So, like, have you always, like, been a part of the band, or is, like, how long have you been in the band? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my name is TJ Masters, and I've been playing drums in Koa ever since its birth.
Okay. All right. And then you guys have changed members somewhat, though, right?
No, we haven't changed any members. The thing is with this band is that, it's all in the title, man. The Kindom of Ashes Koa name came from one band just completely falling off the rails that we were all in, and we just ended up persevering and rose from the ashes, kind of, so to speak. So we, all 3 of us just kind of started writing crazy prog music, and we never looked back.
Yeah, I mean, I actually listen to your albums quite often in my car. So, like, I'll be driving around and it's actually just letting it play and just listening to it. And I'm always blown away by the level of, like, experience and just the level of, like, talent that you all have. You know, like, I always tell people that. Like, I'm like these people, I was like, especially Ron, like, I mean, he'd end up in the damn, like, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or some shit one day, Like, I mean, the things you do on guitar, I don't even know how you do that stuff, because my brain does not work that way at all, so,
Well, it's all just about, just loving what you do, and I think a lot of people just spend their whole life searching for what they are called to do in life, and I think all of us in this band were just fortunate enough to discover that early on in age, and we just got lucky meeting each other, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those things where it all just kind of lined up, where we were all playing in different bands when we met, and we were all in the scene, but we had never played music together, and we just decided to change that one day in Ron's garage, and then this is
that's how
where
most
we're
bands
at.
start. I mean, what was it? The only story that I've ever heard that was a really weird one was, and it's kind of cool, was that what bands were they? It was like a bunch of bands, but they got together, and it was like, I can't even think of the names, but like they got together and they like rented out an entire block of storage units, and they had power on these storage units, and they just like had all the bands come and play at these storage units, and it was like Dope was one of the bands.
Oh yeah,
and like that entire collective of bands that run together, and like the thing, that's where they got the whole festival that they do and all that kind of stuff. That forget what they call it, but like they literally did that. They just all played in that one little area.
Yeah, it's been a hot commodity playing in storage units for God knows how long now.
Right.
I mean, just coming up with festivals and being ideas and stuff like that, it reminds me of what we are setting out to do here today. This is the Prague and the Plaza, And we've got
Prog in
tons
the
of
Plaza.
we've got tons of punk in the Plaza. We've got so much music going on here, and I think maybe once a year we could try to make this an annual thing and get some badass prog coming to the Plaza. And, just
could maybe do it in the wintertime so it's a little bit cooler.
Yeah, usually fall's the best time to do festivals because your October, like right before November, before it starts getting cold.
Yeah,
that's the best time to do it. But that was something that a lot of people get burned out on is all the festivals. But to me, I don't know why you can't have block parties. Why you can't have just band block party areas like this where you just have bands just set up on multiple stages and stuff. They did it in Norman. They do it every year, but they always have it like a big festival,
Well, they
used to here in the Plaza. It was just like at the beginning of springtime where they had a few different stages set up. I think like the most I saw was 3 stages. But then COVID happened, and
I saw a band
rebuilding.
Playing up the street on somebody's front porch.
Yeah, I'll tell you the craziest ones, and you may have been to one of these before, but is a lot of the punk scene. They do the skate park, and then they also do Vegas's backyard, like Vegas Valgo, like. What is it? Anarchy for Assholes. They literally play in his backyard, and those parties are insane, but they're fun as fuck. It's good time. So
I love those guys, man. In Anarchy for Assholes, John, the vocalist, he wanted to adopt my dog, Banjo, and he called me like 2 days later, and he was like, "Dude, I can't take this dog." And then,
Banjo.
I had to give a shout out to Banjo and Anarchy for Assholes. And
Banjo is a special dog. Banjo is very hyper. And
so we have a motorcycle guy that thinks he's really cool. He's doing tricks on the road.
Dude, it feels good out here, man.
Yeah, it's interesting to do this kind of interview outside because I do it on my patio sometimes, at my apartment. But because whenever Biggs decided to do what he's doing, I lost the studio, so I'm just trying to pick up the pieces. But
I like this setup. This setup is great.
It's really cool, right?
The breeze is going, the crickets are chirping, people are laughing and smiling, people are riding motorcycles.
It's a good time. It's a great night. It's a great night. I don't know. I did an episode the other day, and I was out at Sparks Campground, and I recorded the band with just this microphone and this, and I had it facing the stage, and I was 20 feet away from the stage, and actually got a pretty good live feed on it. So I was like, hell yeah, man! That's what you have to do. You just gotta work with what you got, But it's great catching up with you. Where you headed now? After all this and.
So after this show, we're going to just keep working on the record, and I think we're gonna see a little bit more of Koa getting out and doing some more stuff, but it's gonna be a little bit more. Regional, I think. We're going to try to get out and play some shows together and hit the road, man, because, we've got 3 albums, and this is our first show in 3 years, but it's also our 4th show altogether, so we just need to get out and play some more because we know that we love it, and it seems like if we just... keep after it, man. We can help. What's the word I'm looking for?
Help grow help grow the prog scene because this is kind of a newer style of music, and I can see a lot of young musicians would probably like to get into something like this because it's very technical playing, and. The problem is that just right now there's not much of a scene for it yet.
Right.
So that's kind of why we're going regional.
And I think that there's a growing population in Oklahoma right now that is growing these scenes. There's people that want it. I had somebody pop off a comment to me because I said, I had a statement that I said. I said that there's a lack thereof a scene here, and somebody's like, what are you, blind? Like, you don't see the scene? I'm like literally, like, I can go to a show in Houston and 400 people show up to a local show. You don't get that here. So like here's the thing, we want to make that happen. So I'm like, if you're getting work, good for you. You know, if you're a recorder or video guy and you're getting work and you think that there's a scene because you're getting work, that's great. I want you to get work, you know, but I also want it to get you so much work that you can't handle it. You know, that's what we want to do, and that's what Diatribe does. You know, shout out to Destiny. Like that's what all of us collectively are trying to do. You know, live and was it Live and Loud? You know, Indy Lazar. Yeah. Like, this is what we're all trying to do. We collectively all talk to each other all the time, and we're just trying to grow this scene in Oklahoma, and I'm talking all music. You know, we want everybody to succeed. You know.
Well, this show was. I mean, we had a rap artist who opened, and then we had an instrumental prog band, and then we had a
math rock hardcore punk,
hardcore punk, and then another instrumental prog. So it was, you know, a little touch bass on every
a little bit of genre change.
Few styles of music, and I mean, like, the turnout was great.
And everybody everybody likes every artist. Then, you know, it's like it's because people do like more than one type of music. You know, it's not like everybody's just like, I know I have a few friends that are like that where they just stick to one type, but like it's rare. I mean, people listen to everything.
Well, and that's too, you know, like, just coming to think of it, I mean, you know, it was do or die for us, and Destiny threw this show together in such short notice. I mean, we were able to keep the event up for like 2 weeks. I mean, it's been shout out to Destiny for just
right on.
Yeah, shout out to the Grand. I mean, like, honestly, like the things that they allow me to do here, other videos will not let me do. I'm telling you, like I Destiny hit up Bill and just asked him, and he said, dude, he's like, as long as you're not hurting nobody or doing nothing, I don't care what you do. He's like, you can go out there and just like set up whatever you want to set up and stuff, and just promote your shit. Like, I don't care, you know. So I'll definitely be doing like a nice little sponsorship for them, you know, for free. Just like, hey, like, go down to this venue, check this out, you know. Like, it's a good place to check out. And, but I think the scene will
good
grow.
Food coming out of the kitchen too. I mean, there was all kinds of good smells coming out of that kitchen tonight.
And I mean, and she can cook. I had a hamburger from here. I think it was delicious. So.
I mean, they post all kinds of pictures of the food, and that you could just see the juicy.
Oh, I saw a hamburger the other day that came out of that kitchen, and it was sent over the table, and my buddy had it. And shout out to Straight White Buffalo. But yeah, Cotton, he had a hamburger, and I looked over at the hamburger. I was like, man, that looks like a goddamn photo of a hamburger. It doesn't even look like a hamburger. Like, I'm like, you know, like, I was like, I can go down to McDonald's and get a hamburger. It's not a hamburger, you know? Like, but what I saw out of this kitchen, like, this is real food, like, you know. And so,
they hand cut the fries, like, to order. Yeah. I mean, that shit's bomb, dude.
Yeah.
I always wanted to look like the picture, but you're right, it never does.
It never does.
It never looks like the picture. But when
it does, you're like, you know, you're like, oh my God, this is amazing, and then you just enjoy every bite, you know.
That's how I feel about my underwear modeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
shout out to Haynes, Fruit of the Loom.
Hey, you know what? Hey, you know, you might be able to sponsor that on every show and get on the stage.
Knows,
and then you say, because I know some podcasters and stuff that they actually do sell underwear. That's their whole gig.
It's a wild time to be alive.
Like, oh,
you never know.
It has a nice pocket for your crotch, you know. Like, it's.
It's funny because it's like Hanes, but you just take out the H and it's anus. Anus underwear, dude.
Only Ron would know that. See that shit, like, and just be like, oh God, man. But yeah, no, always a pleasure. You know, I gotta cut this cut this show out because we're about to get kicked out. So yeah, but it's always a pleasure to talk to you, and it's very nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
But yeah, great conversation, great show, and like I said, if you go over to social medias and stuff, you'll find Kindom of Ashes. Just gotta look them up, and if you go to Spotify, they're all over there. I'll put all the artists' music inside the notes, so like everybody will know. Normally I add about 1 or 2 songs from each artist, so then people can hear your music too. So that's what I do with every episode that I do this kind of stuff. So So yeah, it's all about promoting music. So if you want to be along for the ride, then I take donations. It's all value for value, time, talent, and treasure. So with your time, I thank everybody for listening. And as for talent, if you're an artist and you want to be on the show, then you can reach out to me at john@thelocal.earshot.com or on my Instagram page and just message me, and then we could schedule out a time, figure it out. I'm trying to use my apartment or any other place I can do an interview, so I'm going to do it. And then the third T is treasure. If you want to donate to the show, you can go over to localearshot.com, and you'll see a tab that says donate, and you can donate to the show right on there. Thank you for listening.
All right, John. Thanks, man.
Dope.